Hi, welcome to the Shotokan Chronicles. In today's video, Bassai Dai. But first, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Bassai Dai is probably one of the most important katas in the Shotokan syllabus. You start training in Bassai Dai once you receive your first brown belt, third kyu, and you continue right up to and possibly including your black belt test and then beyond. Bassai Dai is performed differently in different systems. I can only really talk about JKA, ISKF, and IKD, how Bassai Dai has progressed and what is being done in the kata. First, the meaning of the kata. Bassai means to penetrate or storm a fortress, and Dai means major or bigger. If you compare Bassai Dai and Bassai Sho in the number of movements, Bassai Dai has 42, while Bassai Sho only has 27. So you can see the difference between the major and the minor. It's a bigger kata Bassai Dai is than Bassai Sho. The kata starts with your left hand encompassing your right hand, with your right hand in a fist. You go forward performing a blocking technique. Some consider it a thrusting technique or a strike. Pull the hand out to the side as I'm coming around, making it a blocking action. Also, you'll notice my leg is moving with my arm. This will give you some strength and stability. If someone actually grabbed you at this point, you'll be able to overpower them other than just trying to move without moving your leg and arm at the same time. The key element of Bassai Dai is hip rotation. And throughout the next sequence of movements, you need to make sure that your hip rotation is being performed correctly. Always make sure that your correct hip is forward in these actions. So when you're blocking regular Chudan Sotoki, your hip needs to be back. When you're blocking Uchiyuki, you want to make sure that the opposite hip is back. So you're always keeping that hip action going. Nice twisting action. Now, a few of the things that are different in other styles. Some styles begin with a kick at the beginning. Some styles do a knee up. As you notice in the video, our system is just stepping forward. Also, another big thing that you'll see in other systems, when you do this block here, a lot of people bend their knees. You'll notice that I did not do that. Just coming around and blocking. Standing up to do these, you'll also notice that my stance is a little bit wider. The support leg back, the left leg, and then just rotate it on the right heel. For the next set of actions, the punching and blocking combinations, make sure you're using both hands and your hips are rotating on those blocks. Master Okazaki, I believe, is the person that told me to set up to do these. Other people just use the arms, but it shows more power when you use both arms. The thing that I see quite often on the last shuto is people dropping their hand down to hook. Just bring your hand off of your chest, under your arm, to hook the opponent's arm for the setup. Another point that's also done incorrectly, according to best karate, is when you're here to set up to go into this movement, what you do with your feet. Best karate says not to move your feet. Rotate your forward foot on the ball of the foot, heel out. Rotate the back foot on the heel in, creating a very tight stance, but making it so your leg is locked and loaded to do that kick. Another point that I see a lot done incorrectly is here. I've seen people stop this technique here. It is two rising blocks coming up. These don't come down, just like a blocking technique. It's not a huge movement, just coming in like you're doing two soto-uki. Some systems do a shuffle for the punch here. In International Karate Daigaku, we do like a little a shift as opposed to doing a stutter or a shuffle. This movement, palm is in to the face. This palm is facing up, not like you're shaking somebody's hand, up. Going into it, it can be a strike, or it can be this way, like a chopping technique, or it can be this way, like a spear hand technique. Once you go in, this is coming right back out. It's one count. The next movement you want to make sure is coming across in front of your head before you do your downward block. Coming off, going back in the other direction, a lot of people just bring their hand up like this. It's a hooking block. You need to hook the opponent's arm. To get a better crescent kick, leave your hip back. And then swing around and hit with the elbow. Should be a foot, elbow. These actions have a hip vibration, not a hip shuffle. Start from here, coming off of the hip, and go on the same line with your legs. You're not in a traditional front stance. You're on the same line. Hips must be turned. You cannot do this technique this way. Your hips must be turned. This arm is up close to the head, and this arm is here like an uppercut. What a lot of people do is rotate this wrist to bring it straight, which is incorrect. Use your hips to help bring your body around for that technique. Different systems will raise their knee. Some will do a kick. In ours, we raise our knee. After we do the first one, come up, raise your knee. You're stepping into the same line with the body turn. And then again. Coming around here, when you're hooking, you're not going this way. Your hips are not swinging with your arm. Your hips are staying straight until the arm hooks, and then you block. Same thing here, your hips straighten, and then you block. The next movement, you're doing a half step, not stepping all the way in before you do your shuto. Setting up for the final sequence. Once you do your shuto here, don't go all the way straight to the back, only on a 45-degree angle. If you look at the best karate series, for the final movements in the kata, foot movements, what a lot of people do for their final shuto is bring their foot up to here and then shuto. According to best karate, this foot comes up here, parallel to your front foot. So you can bring your arm across to block and then step out with the shuto. If you look at best karate, down at the bottom of the page, there's a strip that shows illustrations of foot movement. And you'll see there, if you do your research, that you're not bringing your foot up beside the other foot. It's actually stepping up parallel and then stepping out to do the last back stance. Thanks for watching. Check out our link in the description below for the Shotokan Chronicles merchandise. If you want to see any of my other videos, there'll be screens popping up to either side of me here. Train hard. See you next time, right here on the Shotokan Chronicles.